How's everybody doing? I am in my craft room and I'm doing a 1/12 scale variances on dollhouse beds. I'm starting to work on one, and you know me, I like to recycle. I like to use what I have, packaging, anything that doesn't have to go back into the world and just float out in the water. Yeah. So let me show you what I started with. My fingers are all full of glue right now. I'm just trying to take some of it off so you guys don't get grossed out by it. Okay. Here we go. Remember I did a holler haul and my son's got some of these great magnetic things that they're obsessed with. They're obsessed with these. They love, love, love them. I'm making these into dollhouse beds. This is going to be like a double bed for a dollhouse. This is some of the packaging from something else. I decided to put that on top to give it a little cushion. I did put a little piece of tape on each opening, just like a little bit of decorative duct tape, just to make sure it doesn't pop open. You can put plastic bags and things like that in here that are lightweight if you really feel the need to, or if you just have an abundance of things and you feel better about, putting it in there, you can. I keep mine empty because I don't like a lot of weight in my dollhouse. So I got 2 of these that I already started. Here's a second. Then I also have a perfume bottle box from the Dollar Tree, and I've made beds out of these before. And again, I did tape, then I put this little packaging to give it a little cushion, and that's just the way I like to do it. Then I'm using the popsicle sticks from the Dollar Tree to make a headboard. I'm making a headboard with these popsicle sticks, and I've already started, and I will show you what I did. I lined them up, then I did a little support bracket. So I did put a little glue next to each one. Then I let that dry. Then I did put some of that same fabric, not fabric, but like the styrofoam stuff, the flat kind, on here on the top. Then I'm using lace for the outside portion. For the outside portion, I'm using this lace. That's kind of like a harder type of a lace. It's very stiff. It doesn't have a whole lot of give. It's not nice and soft, and it's very rough. It's very rough, but this is what it looks like. And this is what I'm using for the sides, and I'm just using tacky glue. I haven't pulled out my hot glue or anything out yet, and I'm using these little clips from Michael's that I got like a long time ago to hold down the lace until it dries. Then I'm going to put another piece here. I'll show you what it is. This is something I picked up from the thrift store. Oh my gosh, you guys, I kid you not, maybe 12 years ago. When I see little things like this, I grab them. I have never seen these again. I think I have just this one and maybe one other one, and that's it. And I was like, Dollhouse Miniatures, that's it. I can do little curtains, I could do bedding, just all kinds of cool stuff with this. So I'm going to use this on headboard today. I'm going to be laying it right on top, and I'm just going to glue it. I'm going to be laying right across the top like that, just to give it a nice detail. Then I'm going to be using some fabric that I picked up from a church store. That's Joann's fabric that I've already pre-cut. I've already pre-cut it, and I have put aluminum foil, a sheet of aluminum foil in the center. I got that tip from Kat. She has her own channel. She does amazing dollhouse miniature things. She's like super advanced. She does some crazy cool stuff, and I will try to link her channel down below so you guys can go visit her. And another channel that also does some really great, incredible stuff for dollhouse miniatures. And it's a daughter and a father that do some really cool stuff too. So I took that tip from her. As you can tell, there's aluminum foil in there. I have a whole sheet of aluminum foil that I cut and I trimmed, and I still need to trim this up a little bit more. I was just waiting for it to dry. And this will allow the bed to have a little bit more of a natural look that you can create, and it'll just stay in place. That's the point of the aluminum foil being in the center, and it also gives it like a nice weight. And I did do a double. Did it like a sandwich, so it's in the middle. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Did I hit y'all too hard? I know I moved y'all. That's what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to let this dry and put a little, well, I don't think I need any more glue because I'm going to put more glue on top. And then I'll show you my progress as I go. Okay, now as you see, I already started to apply the material on top. I cut it. I eyed it. I didn't do like a dry fit, what I call a dry fit. I didn't do that, but I am putting pressure on the top so it would adhere to the glue. And also, this is the side lace, so it looks like that. Okay. And I still need to glue it in the back. As you can tell, the back, I wouldn't really mind too much if I did like a little thing like that, but I think this is like too, I don't really want to undo that, but I think I might have to undo this little portion here. I don't know how well that's going to do, but let me see. No, I think I'll just leave it like that. I'm just going to try to glue it down just the way it is, even though I think I should undo it. Let me see. Okay, I decided not to undo it because if I do, it might take off these, this design, and I'm not trying to undo it all like that. So I'm just putting pressure on it, as you can tell. And this, again, this was the construction of it in the back. Then I put the support beams. Then I did the other material, the lace, and now I'm doing this material on top to give it more of a finished look. It's turning out rather nice. I really like the way it's coming out. Okay, I think I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna let that dry. I don't want to put the clips on it because I don't want the material to have indents. And let me see what I'm going to do next with the bed. I might just change up the design. Okay, I did have to cut off a portion of the comforter. As you can tell, like I said, I sandwiched it with aluminum foil. That was an interesting thing to have to cut, to say the least. And now I'm just, again, just trying to dry fit it on the bed itself. I think I'm going to go ahead and make the commitment and glue just the top. Again, I'm just using tacky glue. This is my first time using the aluminum foil, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out. And I like the way it feels. It has a lot more weight to it, which is nice. And then because you have the aluminum foil, you don't necessarily have to put glue on the sides because of the aluminum foil. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the sides because I think they're staining up too much for me. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the sides. You guys, I'm going to do it. So I'm just putting some glue on the sides here so they don't stain up as much. Here we go. There we go. You don't have to do it all the way down, obviously, but just enough just to hold it, just the top side down at least. Okay. All right. And this side as well. See, I'm doing it right here. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm looking at it, not showing you. Does that make sense? And just gluing it top side. And again, you don't have to finish off that because your headboard's going to cover that. Okay. And that's what the bed looks like so far. Looks pretty good. Now the bed's about to fall. And of course, you could play around with the bottom portion of it and make it look a little bit more, you know, realistic and give it some movement with the now see, I feel this is too long, so I'm going to cut it a little bit more. Now cutting this, it could be that these scissors are a pain in the butt because they're not sharp enough. Let me look for my other scissors. Okay, I just trimmed up my bed and I was trying to work the edges because I didn't like the way that the points were sticking up. And I was trying to make it look a little bit, I'm sorry, I was trying to make it look a little bit more realistic on the ends. So that's what I got going so far. Now let's see about trying to glue this on here, making it stick. Let me see. Kind of thinking maybe I want to add some of that material. Did I have any more of the edged material? Let me see something here. That might look nice. Let me see something, you guys. Okay, you guys, I decided to I cut a strip of the fabric from the bed onto here, and I'm tucking it in underneath of this little lacy part because I want some of that color to pop off there on the top as well. I think it just looks better. What do you think? I think it looks better. Instead of just this all cream color, I think it just looks a whole lot better this way. Okay, I'm going to do the other edge, and I'm going to tuck it in there as well. And some of it still has glue, and it's actually sticking without me having to put any additional glue, because it still has some glue that's kind of sticky, because I'm trying to do everything as quickly as possible. As you can tell, I'm just working it underneath. I'm actually lifting up this little lace and tucking it in. And it, like I said, there's still glue. And now I'm trying to pull it out so you can see a little bit more in different spots. This is more on the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. Now I want to make it kind of symmetrical. And then I need to cut it here in the back. Okay. Not really going to see anything in the back, but it's always nice to have like a little finished product, right? And here's a little string that came off. Of course, I pulled it and I shouldn't have, but it's okay. It's okay, because that's going on the bottom. You're not going to see all that mess. It's going on the bottom. I know you guys were like, don't pull the string. I know you guys were saying it. I heard you. I heard you screaming, don't pull the string. I heard it. I literally heard you guys screaming it. I know I did it, but it's okay, because this is going to be on the bottom side of the bed. You're not going to see it. Okay. See, it's like a little bit more sticking out there. Just need to make the adjustment. So you just play around with your materials and you look to see if you want more color somewhere, or however it is that you want. I think that looks a whole lot better. I don't know if you could see it with this weird lighting right now. There you go, like that. I'm going to go ahead and try to glue it on. Maybe I should try to use hot glue, but I'm not. I'm just got my glue. Got this glue, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use this glue. And I'm going to try to put a little bit more glue up here at the top, so this fabric will lean down a little bit more towards the edge of the bed. And just a little bit more glue here. And spread it out. I know I always use an excess amount of glue. I know, I'm guilty of that. So is anybody else guilty of that? Then we're going to place it down, eye it, see if you need to make adjustments, put it down. And then what I do is I just like to put pressure on it, and I just like to hold it. So I'm going to hold it and put pressure on it, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, quick update. What I'm finding here is that I'm going to have to use the hot glue for the back, because the back is so much heavier than the bottom that I can still shift it up. So I'm going to use the hot glue to connect it down here. That's just the only way. See how it's coming off? I'm going to have to hot glue that bottom portion, which is no big deal. That's okay to do. I mean, you can use hot glue for pieces, those type of areas, because nobody's going to see anything. But I would definitely try to use tacky glue. And remember this technique with the material. This is also made for, say, if you wanted to make it look like a messy bed, like somebody just got out. Do you see? It'll give you that type of effect if you want, with the aluminum foil underneath. So you can make it look like somebody just got out of bed, and there might be a blanket hanging off of it like that, off the edge. I really love that look. I might just have to put another piece of fabric on top that looks like a blanket and let this like hang off the edge because I like that kind of look. And maybe have a book and something there and then create my pillow. So I might just end up doing that as well.